What's going on, Carly? You're first tonight. Debbie! What's going on, ladies? What's the plan this week, Playboy? Chirp. Brother Drew. I think we're going to need more than 111. Let's see, maybe 222. The voyage. I'm very well, thank you. I just got off the phone with my mom not too long ago. Heating up some spaghetti. About to pour up some fancy water. And I knew it was time to live stream. Just been chilling. I've had today off. Woke up, took Willie to a doctor's appointment, and then we went to some of you guys could probably see it on my TikTok story, Instagram story, Facebook story, whatever. My Facebook story too. We went to the Naugatuck Seymour Greenway, the Naugatuck River Greenway, which is in Seymour, and it's just like in between the highway and all that, but it's like a nice waterfall. It's real pretty. It's serene. There's some sand there. Yes, you saw it, Carly. It was beautiful. And after that, I dropped her off. I gave her brother her poem in person. I took the poem out of my book and gave it to him in person. And I went to the library after that. As some of you may have also seen, I queued Ennui to be released on May 10th at midnight in the time zone of the listener. So no matter if you're in New England or New Zealand, Ennui will be out at midnight on all streaming services on May 10th. Yes, ma'am. Wait a minute. Someone say at ease, soldier. Someone say at ease. I can't do nothing until you say at ease, soldier. Dog. So yes, Ray left today. At ease, soldier. Ray left today. Yes, I saw the pictures. The pictures were beautiful. I reacted to them. West Side. Ali G in the house. No, the pictures were beautiful. I'm glad you guys had a good time together. Just like I think it was Jen that was saying, those are the first people, to make it out of the disco and the live streams and actually like meet up and hang out. So I think that's beautiful. Of course we're just living moment to moment, and I like that we're doing that, staying in the moment. So of course we're just living moment to moment, and we're like, wow, that's nice. We're already used to the fact that we live stream together every day. We're already used to the fact that we're in Discord. We ended up getting used to the fact that Ray and Debbie, we're physically together. But we can't overlook how big that is. We can't overlook how big that is because what we've started here flourished into something much more than just some, online nonsense. You know what I mean? And not saying this was ever nonsense, but you hear a lot of people think about social media or live streams. You think of maybe somebody doing ridiculous things in their room, eating pudding out of a turtle shell, this and that. And what we've honestly done is build a community based off of peace, love, prosperity, art, and entertainment. And it has founded friendships. It has founded friendships. And, Debbie and Ray had a blast. And it's absolutely lovely that you guys were able to meet in person. It's great to be so comfortable for us. We had conversations for days. That's beautiful. The voyage was happening. Devin's heaven. Yeah, Devin, that was just, the name of the live stream today is what's the plan this week, Playboy? And the plan this week was for Ray to hit the road, from over there in Illinois, and you know what I'm saying, get back on the great wide road, you know. And we were just also talking about how this all started as, you know, live streaming, right? And it turned into a community because you know, you see people eating pudding out of turtle shells or pranking their friends. You know, that's what you think when you think of YouTube sometimes, right? Music, uh people doing trendy dances, you know, on social media. And what we've managed to do is genuinely create an authentic environment, community, and movement. And friendships have blossomed out of that, which is beautiful, you know. Jen just said it last night, just a reminder, getting everybody caught up. Jen just said it last night that Debbie and Ray were the first ones to make it out of the live stream or Discord and actually hang out. And it turns out they ended up having a beautiful time together, you know? They ended up having a beautiful time together. And shout out to anyone who's ever, you know, I could say high school is kind of an example, but shout out to anyone who's ever been to a summer camp. You know, whether you're a camper or a counselor, if you've ever been to college, so many different military, if you've ever been in the military, um, and besides college, any type of program you studied at, whether it be an electrical, plumbing, nursing program, some type of carpentry program, whatever, you know, uh, you meet people who are friends for life in those environments, in those phases. And unbeknownst to many of us, we could very well be making friends for life right here with what we're doing. Uh, it's big. It's big. It's very attentive. You know, shout out to everyone that's ever needed to take some space, just to, you know, bask in their own aura and energy. I did a little bit of that today. You know, like I said, besides waking up, taking Willie to her doctor's appointment, going to the Naugatuck River Greenway. For anybody that saw my TikTok, Instagram, Facebook story, if you see that waterfall that I was looking at, that's where that was, the Naugatuck River Greenway. And I went to the library. Ennui is officially on the way, May 10th. Ennui drops on May 10th. And I also requested for my YouTube channel to be to be a verified an artist official artist channel, OAC, an official artist channel. Wepa, what's up, Wepa man? What's up, Wepa man? Yeah, you know, it's like family. It's like family, and that's dope because just me requesting for my YouTube channel to be recognized in that manner is just better for the brand. It lets people know that I'm an artist. You know, most people can get the gist of that as soon as they actually click on the channel and see what's going on. But it's gonna be a little logo next to my name that'll make it plain as day. You know, even before you even click on the channel, even when you see the name, you'll know I am an artist, and you will find art on my YouTube channel. So it's just good for that. It's a real good thing, good movement we went in. And Joe said, "Yo, YouTube partners inbound. That's where we're headed to." Um, you know, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Money comes and goes. Money comes and goes in a way that memories do not. So, you know, there's been points in my life where I've had a substantial amount of money, and there's been points in my life where I've had next to no money. Um, and it's worth the risk. There's risk and reward with things, and it's worth the risk every time. Uh, Shout out to all my friends that decided to be car salespeople or electricians, lawyers, nurses, you know, mechanics, you know, newscasters, you know what I'm saying, news reporters. And, you know, they chose a career that felt right to them. They chose, some people just chose something safe. And at the end of the day, I hope everyone chose what they were designed to do. And every day I'm choosing what I'm designed to do, for better or worse, good, bad, or ugly. because at the end of the day, whatever I do artistically, because still to this point, more money goes out than what comes in through my art. To actually create the art, to promote the art, more money, a lot more money goes out than what comes in. And it's just a pleasure to be able to do it while I'm alive, still a young man. Uh, because I couldn't imagine being near the light at the end of that tunnel and thinking to myself that I never went for it. I never risked it. I never invested. I couldn't imagine that. I couldn't imagine that for myself. And I've already said prayers. I prayed to God about it. I spoke to God about it. That I'm willing to go through whatever it takes to go through to get there. And I appreciate y'all for embarking on that victorious voyage with me. I appreciate y'all for embarking on that victorious voyage with me. As you guys know, I lost one of my earrings a couple weeks ago, the crescent moon, from my astrological looking set of earrings, the star and the moon. But so I haven't been wearing them as often. But Willie actually got me a couple cute little studs. Willie got me a couple cute little studs, because she knew I was short some earrings. She knew my earlobes were naked without them. So that was very kind of her, and I let her know that I appreciate her and I appreciate that act of kindness. It was very thoughtful of her. It's a thought. It's been I know it's Friday in New Zealand, but it's been a thoughtful Thursday over here in the United States, and I really appreciated that. Because at the end of the day, besides you guys, I only talk to my mom, Willie, and God every day. I don't run around having a bunch of friends. I've seen how people can be. It doesn't mean I don't trust people. I don't trust new people, but I know how people can get down. And besides some of the ways people can get down, also you got to deal with who you're supposed to deal with. I only work with people that's on the same shit I'm on. I only talk to people, hang out with people that's on the same shit I'm on. Because if not, like, you're wasting your time in a way. You know? Yee-hoo! What's up, SG? Soft gangsta. If you're not dealing with people that's like-minded, or share, you know what I'm saying, same interests, similar interests, you're wasting your time in a way. Because, what are you learning? What are you talking about? What are you experiencing? Is it making you happy? Things like that. And I'm very cautious of who I invest that time in, because the most valuable currency you have in life is not cash money, diamonds, cryptocurrency, stocks, or gold. It's time. And who you invest your time in, what you invest your time in, is very, very important. It's one of the most important things in life. It's up there with love. But yeah, I'm just feeling real grateful right now. I feel a lot of gratitude for the community we have. SG, that's what we've been talking about. We've just been talking about how grateful we are for the community. Jen made a joke yesterday just saying that it reminded you of 90 Day Fiance kind of, but Debbie and Ray. Debbie and Ray were the first. Sorry, I'm thinking about everybody's name at like the same time. Debbie and Ray were the first ones out of our communities to meet up in person and hang out, and that's beautiful. They ended up hitting it off like never before. And I was just saying, like, maybe sometimes a little bit like high school. I'd say more so like college or the military, or maybe a nursing or plumbing program, or being a camper or camp counselor. This is a place where we could very well make relationships, friendships for life. And yes, a scary leap to take for sure, but there's risk and reward in life. And if there's no risk, there is no reward. And they risked that. They risked whatever comes with meeting someone, you've never met before. They risked that, and ultimately they were granted the biggest reward there is. They found true friends in each other. They had a great time hanging out. We've all heard of the never ending story. It was the never ending slumber party over there at Debbie's house, man. And I think that's dope. And it's important to stop and be grateful for everything we have in life. Sometimes people get stuck on the negative and the bad and look around, there's a lot of good. Absolutely, Carly. That's why I had to excommunicate. I didn't even tell y'all about this because I already told y'all about enough on Monday. My coworker was hating on me, but I don't think I told you about this. I excommunicated a friend, somebody I used to consider friendly with me, because they were hating on me. They're wishing evil on me. They're asking too much about personal things with me, my love life or this and that, and then they're wondering, and then he's saying, I love you, you're a role model, I'm proud of you, you're the best to ever do it. And he's hung up, just like Carly said, he's hung up on negative experiences because some chick did him wrong recently, but he had no business taking this chick seriously. Actually, I did talk about this a little bit because I said it was a dude named Justin. But he went ahead and he was just wishing evil on me, saying evil things. And it was too bad because, that's why I don't get too attached to like some of the things people say, whether it be real sweet or real nasty. Because people can go from, if it's the wrong people, they can go from I love you to I hope you suffer. And it's too bad. It's too bad. But I feel a lot lighter that I don't have that kind of evil in my life. People could be very wishy-washy. That's why I don't just hang out with just anybody. If we got no business hanging out, I'd rather be by myself. If we got no business hanging out, I'd rather be by myself. I mean that. We got to have something to do with each other. There's got to be a reason. You know what I'm saying? When I say reason, it's not like, you're spending money, I'm spending money. Nothing like that. You got to feel it. It's not so much up here. You got to feel it. You got to feel it. The truth always comes to light. And, once again, everybody, what I said before too, that's the it comes with the environment of greatness. I ask everybody all the time, we all heard of LeBron James, Tom Brady. Some of you may be aware of who Caitlin Clark is. And you know why people hate LeBron James? You know why people hate Tom Brady and Caitlin Clark? It's because they're great. It's because they're great. And they hate it. They hate that they're great. And they're not. They're not even choosing to go for greatness. They hate that. They hate that. And they'll start making stuff up. They'll get themselves upset over anything. They'll find the littlest reasons to try to discredit, to take away from somebody. And that's the reason why they're great. Absolutely, Joe, because they never gave up. Yeah, your gut goes a long way, folks. The truth always comes to light. Your gut goes a long way. Carly said, I knew it. Oh, you remember the Justin guy, Carly? You remember the Justin guy? And he was saying weird stuff. He even brought up on my live stream, you know what I'm saying? He even ended up bringing up the Ashan Voyage entourage, saying, he's like, I wouldn't trust those people, this and that. It's like the devil talking to you, It's like the devil talking in your ear. He's like, I wouldn't trust those people, I know they're there, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hear that, bro. Like at the end of the day, you don't check up on me. How close were we? Not that close at all. Not that close at all. That's why I don't feel no pain. That's why I don't feel no pain. One of my cousins that doesn't really talk to me, but they want to do business with me because I'm good at what I do. They were asking me who I'm close to, so I could try to do business with them and their business. And I was trying to tell them, like, bro, I'm not close to that many people. I'm not close to that many people.
You know, besides the connections I've made online, the Asham Voyage entourage, I talk to my mom. You know what I'm saying? I talk to Willie and God every day. My mom, Willie, and God. That's it. Besides my peoples, y'all. That's all. I don't hang around everybody. When you guys see me out and about, what am I doing? Am I clubbing? Am I partying? Think about it. Anytime you heard about me go to the bar or anything like that, who was it with? Who was it with? It was Mark Vinyls. You know what I'm saying? It was Willie. You dig? Maybe Sporty. Maybe Sporty. That's it. Yo, shout out to my mama. Pain is pleasure. It is jealousy. I know he's jealous. You know what I'm saying? I know that for true. Cause I still remember he saw me on Tuesday and I was smoke you know what I'm saying? I had a spirit. I was smoking a spirit. And I was in my car. And he was in the passenger, you know what I'm saying? And he said something nasty, I forgot, you know what I'm saying? But he pretty much just said, "Oh yeah, look at you. You think you're so cool, smoking your cigarette in your car." And I'm just like, I was like, "Hey man, that's just the way you seeing it." You know what I'm saying? I said, if you want to know what's really wrong here, you know, and I reached for the mirror that's in front of the passenger seat. I said, if you want to see what's really wrong here, and I flipped the mirror down. I flipped the mirror down, made him look at himself. And he got pissed. He got so upset. "What are you trying to say? What are you saying?" I was like, it's been said already. Looked like he wanted to strike me. Looked like he wanted to hit me. And as crazy and stupid as he is, he must have a better head on his shoulders than that. Because I beat the shit out of him. Didn't want to, but don't make me do something I don't want to do. Same, but by choice. Yeah, by choice because of stuff like that. You know how people are really do you, man. You know what I'm saying? I can feel when somebody's genuine though, but I can feel when somebody's doing too much. Anybody sit there and over praise you, they praise you too much. Watch out, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to act like that. Really, you gave me extrovert vibe, so personable. Well, being an extrovert doesn't mean you hang out. You're overly social. When I say social, it means I could be good at socializing, being social, communicating, and being personable. This is all true, but it doesn't mean I go out to party and club. You know, because I don't find those to be uh, beneficial environments to what I'm doing, where I'm at in life. You know, I'm not looking to uh, hunt down women. Uh, I'm not looking to spend a bunch of money on alcohol for two reasons. One, I'm trying to save money. Two, I don't like getting drunk. I like getting tipsy every now and then. I don't like getting drunk. So, but at the same time, you could consider me maybe an extrovert because I'm willing to be the host of an event. I'm willing to speak in front of a group of people, or rap, perform music and poetry in front of a group of people, which I did yesterday. It was yesterday for Lab Week. I read two poems. I think I read them for some of you guys before too. Two of my poems, and I performed "I Miss You" for them as well. The lab loved it. So there's more to being an extrovert than what meets the eye. You know what I mean? It's not about just going out to go out. I go out when I'm supposed to. I was the referee for the Connect Four event because I was supposed to. When it comes to hanging out with Envy and Willie, it's always my pleasure. Those my peoples. You know what I mean? If I get to perform at a rap, you know what I'm saying, showcase or something, gotta do my job. You know what I'm saying? That could be looked at as extroverted. But I don't just like doing I'm just like doing like crazy stuff. Or like stuff that'll waste my energy and time and money. Yep, Devin, you got it right there. Who do you see me with when I go out to these places, the bar or something? Willie and MV. I don't. I don't just do that to do that, you know. It just, and we don't do it all the time. You never hear about us doing it all the time. We just so happen to find a night that it's like, hey, you guys want to do this? And it's like, hmm, hmm. In fact, I think Willie, and MV have only done it twice. The first time they met, I think, was on Willie's birthday. And the second time we did it is because we were in Stanford anyway. And MV doesn't live too far from Stanford. So we picked them up and we went out. I think we only did it like twice. 3 times tops, but I can only remember twice. Mm. People think I'm nuts for having Ray over. You know, let people think what they want to think. Y'all had a great time. Nobody else was over. Let people think you're nuts. You know, who else was hanging out with you, spending that kind of quality time? They don't understand. There's a song too, you know. And what we have is much more than they can see. You know, what you guys have is much more than anybody else can see. That's understood between you and Ray. You know what I mean? That friendship. Yeah, yeah. I don't. At first, I thought you were nuts, but I'm glad you had an amazing time. But that's just from my perspective, and I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for being honest and saying that, SG. People are wrong all the time. People are wrong all the time. People can be smart. People can be intuitive. People can have instinct. They can predict certain human behavior. But at the end of the day, nobody knows everything. So it's good to take advice, you know, coming from a loving place. But some things you got to find out for yourself. This is why people get second opinions from doctors. And this is why people say, oh, you didn't like that roller coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure? Well, I'm going next week. And since I'm already be there, I'm going to check it out for myself. Oh, you didn't like that movie? Well, I really like the actors in that movie, and I do like action adventure. So I'm gonna still give it a look to see what I think about it. You know, sometimes you know, fuck around and find out. Um, yeah, it's respected, Devs. That was courageous of you, and look what happened. The biggest turnout. You know what I'm saying? Took a little bit of a risk, a whole lot of reward. And that's it all. Just the climate of the world today is true. Now he's in the rearview mirror. Yes, he is in the rearview mirror. Yep, and I'm not looking back at all. Damn, why are people like that? It's nasty work. Oh, Carly said she would kick his ass for me. I appreciate you, Carly. We don't gotta worry about him though. He gonna kick his own ass. That's what he doesn't understand. He's gonna kick his own ass. That's just said, stop, Carly. That's hot. But you just got knocked the fuck out. OMG, here's Devin's a black card. She invited to the barbecue, y'all. No, that's what you know. What I'm saying, low key, low key. You sit there and talk to Devin long enough, you realize she a thug. You know, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Can I say it? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. And I hope you don't take the. You know what I'm saying? I hope you take it for what it is. Take it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the show, The Boondocks, the movies Friday. It come down to your environment, your neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Like, Devin's a nigga. Not when I say that, I don't mean a man. I don't mean what you Devin's a nigga. She got, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And it's funny because that's how you know what we see, like the skin and all that and the features. It's an illusion as to what's inside a person, you know. Um it's an illusion, and don't get me wrong, you can be a multifaceted person. You can blend in with many different environments. You know what I mean? Just from your, I've shout out to my aunt Nisi. You know, she lived in the projects of Bridgeport, PT Barnum Terrace, over there in Bridgeport. If anybody knows anything about Connecticut, Bridgeport, one of the roughest, ugliest cities. I was born in Bridgeport Hospital. Spent the beginning portion of my life in Bridgeport, and then moved to Naugatuck, Connecticut, the suburbs, a suburban area. You know, nice. Which is right next to Waterbury, another muddy, ugly city. Uh, I went to school in Danbury, college town, hustle and bustle. I went to Stanford for my internship, one of our finest cities in the state. Beautiful, a lot of wealthy people. There are a lot of nice things there. I've done business in Greenwich. Greenwich is easily one of the richest cities or towns in the United States of America. Literally, look it up. Greenwich, Connecticut. Um, I know, I got friends that been to the slammer. I got people I know that's locked up right now. I got people I know that's millionaires right now with mansions right now. You know, and it's important to be well rounded. Is what I'm saying. It's important to be well rounded. You know what I mean? Party's here. What's up, Jen? Yeah, Friday's a classic movie. You already know Devin's invited to the motherfucking cookout. She better keep them sharp ass elbows off the table too. And if we ever get together for a meal, no cell phones at the dinner table. No cell phones at the dinner table. I think it was Jen and I. I think it was Jen and I. Yeah, it was Jen and I that passed out in the disco. See, Devin knew what I was trying to say. I've said that to people before. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You can meet all types of people. It'd be an Arabic dude. It'd be a white man, white woman. You know, and it's just like, wait a minute, you's a nigga. Mm-hmm. Debbie said, "What?" I knew not everybody was gonna get it. I knew somebody was gonna be like, "What in the fuck? What are you talking about? Why would you say that? Why would you say that?" Yeah, we had a nice sleepover. I was surprised, Jen. I was like, "You were still Jen. You didn't miss anything today, did you?" Please, I hope you didn't miss anything, Jen. You hung out with your mom, right? Yeah, Jen and I passed the fuck out in the disco. Yeah, I dipped out. At some point in the morning, I woke up. I was like, "What the beep beep beep?" Got up out of there. I was like, "Oh shit!" I literally didn't see it till my BF woke up for work. Yeah, I got up out of there. Agreed. Why we would need them? We're all gonna be there. Huh? Agreed. Why would we need them? We're all gonna be there. What's that for? SG said she has so many questions for everyone. SG, what are your questions? We got to get on a podcast with it. Carly said, I'm not hood, but someone catching an attitude could bring the hood out in me. You feel me? Shout out to, you know what I'm saying? That's real. I can relate to that. I can relate to that. Um, because I have certain morals, principles, we all do, but certain ones that warrant certain confrontations or, anything, disrespect or whatever it is, violence. So I have a lot of systems in my mind that prevent it from happening. But if you somehow get me there, it's like, let's get down. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, you an op, an enemy. So I feel that. And shout out to my mama. My mama always taught me that, there's a time and place for everything. And, my mama was always brought up to speak with proper voice and diction, speak well and fluently, as she taught on to me. But at the same time, we don't forget where we're from. We're from Bridgeport. You dig? And the streets was right there. The streets was right there. Couldn't ignore that. It was in our faces. We had friends and family living in the projects. You know, real recognize real, and you look real familiar. You dig? Drew's like, that's my baby. Yeah, I told Drew mad times, you gotta keep her, man. You gotta keep her. Okay, so yeah, Debbie, I didn't say, but that's art for you. That's art and that's language for you, Debbie, I hope you weren't offended. I didn't use, well, I definitely didn't use the word that you just used. That's an African country actually, what you just spelt out. But I know which word you're talking about. But I did not say that word. Now I know some people. My mom doesn't like the word either, but There's a difference between it ending with an A and an ER. I know it's a small difference, and the A is based off of the first word, but they're used in it's not the same. It's not the same. Bro, I fell asleep the second you hit play. Jen, I fell asleep maybe like 20 minutes in. Maybe half hour. I tried to watch as much. Yeah, Debbie, no R. There's not even an E. I only woke up for a second to say goodnight to Devin to pretend like I was still watching, LOL. No, she was talking about last night, Debbie. I just seen all those today. Jen, those flowers are amazing, right? Shout out to the real mamas. Shout out to the real mamas, man. Good mamas are needed. In the streets. Shout out to the streets too, man. Absolutely. Mamas matter. Bye bye, Debbie. Love you. That's fair though. I get that, Debbie, because it's not used word around here. My dad hates the word. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Once again, I mean, I said, let me see. You know, I'm glad I gave everyone their discretion before I used the word, but it wasn't my intention to offend anybody. So, uh, if you find yourself being offended by the word in this context, try not to, because I made it clear before I said it that wasn't the intention. There's context and dialogue behind why I said it. You know, it's a culture thing. You know what I mean. Don't try not to get emotionally bothered by it, please. Right, Carly. It was a really nice day too. Today was a beautiful day. Oh my gosh, went for such a pretty walk. Had a beautiful time. Yeah, Joe, I already know you get it. You know what I'm saying? I remember you said you got roots in New York, you know, PA and all that. You get it. You know what I mean? But like, you know, not I get it though. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where you are in the world, how you were brought up, your culture, your environment, you know, you're gonna look at that word a lot differently. You know, I'm a black man from the United States of America. Um, you know what I'm saying? I've been you know, I've lived in rough cities. I've lived in nice places. You know, I understand when I can say it, when not to say it. And honestly, to be honest with you, I don't use the word often at all. I moved away from using the word as much as I used to use it when I was younger, because it is kind of ignorant and it's not very inclusive for the most part. So I do my best to stay away from using it, even in my music. Sometimes it slips out in the music just because like it may flow better or something, but I don't really use the word that much at all. I don't. Yeah, totally normal in New York. Totally normal in New York. You know, you're not gonna hear anybody say shit about it in New York unless you're like in a job interview. You know what I mean? But I get it. You know, if we're talking Illinois, especially smaller towns or cities in Illinois, I can understand how that word is like, whoa. You know, I get that. I get that. Ooh, I do get that. But just like how some marble sculptures have penises, some art may be offensive. You know, some subjects may be offensive. But you should understand by now that it came from an innocent and loving place. It mean a guy out here, but I guess that our way of taking it back. Yeah. So yeah, that's exactly what it means. So for the most part, it means a guy. It means a guy. For the most part, it means a guy. You know, at this point, because you can hear an Asian person, a white person, get called it. You know. And Carly, it's in San Diego, if you're familiar, more specifically, a little town called Carlsbad. They do flowers and strawberry and blueberry picking in the spring and pumpkins during autumn. That's beautiful, Jen. Yeah, I still want to see the cherry blossom trees. I want to check out the cherry blossom trees. I hope this weekend I can see them. Yeah, like in all of Canada. They're saying it in Canada too. I already knew they were saying it in Canada because Drake jumped up in the studio and started saying that shit. Walnut trees don't exist. They're bushes. SG, you know something you would be phenomenal at? Being a podcast host. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that, or SG, would be a great podcast host. You should just set up a studio where you live at. Reach out to fascinating people you're fascinated by, and just have them over. Have them over. Anybody you trust, of course. If not at your home, then maybe like you could rent out some kind of space, like a studio. But you ask very good questions, very in-depth questions. And I think it'd be a good way to both utilize your natural talents and also for people to tell their stories and share like information. You have a good way about, extracting certain information. And I think that's awesome. You're very welcome. Like Ashan Voyage. Yes. Ashan Voyage would love to be on your podcast, SG. Swerve and Murph. Tapping in and drop a light. What's happening, Murph? Shout out to Murph for making it for a tap. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. Boys making plays. I forgot to take this pork tenderloin out of the freezer because I wouldn't mind cooking some up to add to my spagooters. I have spagooters. Spagooters. But there's like no sauce and I don't have any meat to put on it. That's okay though. My grandma just used to make butter noodles for me. Butter noodles. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Butter noodles. What do you guys think? Should I just eat butter noodles or should I make bacon too? Devin, which video? Yeah, did y'all saying stick to the butter? Let's go, bro. I'm gonna just butter them things up then. You think adding maple bacon on the spaghetti would be crazy? Devin, which video? Did you send it to me? That's you saying make bacon. I don't know. Oh, Carly said bacon. Hold on. I mean, ain't nothing to put butter on there, but maybe I should make some bacon too. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Maybe I should put some motherfucking. Could do some garlic butter. I could do like a garlic butter approach. Garlic butter, the bacon. If you have chili pepper flakes and olive oil. I don't think I have chili pepper flakes. There's definitely olive oil. You guys know I got olive oil. Come on now. Y'all know good well I got olive oil. You have Alfredo? No. Not no bougie shit, but I don't really like making I don't like using like jarred Alfredo. I like making Alfredo from scratch. Yeah, bacon in the Alfredo sauce would be good though. But I like making Alfredo from scratch. And I do not have all the materials to do that right now. And I'm not leaving home. Hold on, everybody, hang tight. I'm gonna reply to a quick message. A quick one. I'm back. Where's the Vienna sausages at? I ain't eaten Vienna sausages in years. I have not eaten Vienna sausages in years. All right, we're gonna make some bacon.
We're gonna make some bacon. Cause fuck it. Add a little flavor. You wanna add a little flavor.
Vienna sausages? I mean, you could cook them. Every time I've eaten Vienna sausages, I've eaten them right out the can. Yeah. Keep it G with me. Come on now. What up, blood? What up, thug? What up, crip? What up, soft gangster? Keep it G with me, man. You know we eating them out the can. Guys, I ate all of my cookies last night. The freaking those freaking Nestle Toll House chocolate chip caramel pecan. I wish I could bake more. I still have a bunch of like chocolate and candy and stuff though. But once again, I'm kind of a dessert snob. I don't like most candy, and like I'm kind of a chocolate snob now. Ever since I've been to Fasha's, like Fasha's actually has good chocolate. King Bill, what do I look like? You see, King, I hope you say the right thing. Everybody's being nice to you too. Say, you know what you look like? I wonder where this is going. Let it rip, Bill. Let's see what kind of man you are. You look like Shaggy. Okay, everybody. No offense. No offense. No harm done. Leave him be. Remember, moderators, we got to give people a we got to give people a chance. That's okay though. We'll take it. Said I look like Shaggy. That's kind of funny. Shaggy. He said, yeah, okay, we'll take Shaggy. We'll take Shaggy. Shaggy. Oh, what's that Shaggy song again that was mad popular? It wasn't me. Say you caught me in the bathroom. It wasn't me. Now Shaggy be doing his thing. Yo, King Bill. I hope you're already subscribed to the channel, man. Whole lot of crazy cool content on my YouTube channel. Original songs, music videos, and vlogs. Just dropped some shorts. Where you tapped in out of, King Bill? Where you tapped in out of, man? We got New England in the house. We got New Zealand in the house. We got Bronx in the house. We got Pennsylvania in the house. We got Canada in the house. We got Florida in the house. Where you from, bro? I think I'm gonna make eggs and bacon for breakfast. Oh, I don't have any orange juice though. No. I don't like doing eggs and bacon without orange juice. I need my orange juice. My boy's out there in Michigan. I used to have a buddy from Michigan. She just commented on one of my TikTok videos. Like, I want to say over the weekend or something like that. Just a few days ago though. But she's from Ann Arbor. She's from Ann Arbor. You know what I'm saying? I remember we went to see a wrestling promotion before. It's not that known, but it was a little wrestling promotion. That was fun. And my dad lives in Michigan now. My dad lives in Michigan. He's from Connecticut, because I'm from Connecticut. Oh, you from Ann Arbor? We can't make this stuff up, my boy. You know what I'm saying? My dad lives in Michigan now, but he's from Connecticut, but he lives in Ypsilanti. He lives in Ypsi. And other than that, shout out to the rap scene out there in Michigan. Shout out to the rap scene out there in Michigan. So love, man. Yeah, King Bill, give me a subscribe, man, if you love the vibes. You from Ypsi too, word. Yeah, man, I got peoples out there in Michigan for sure. You know, shout out to YNJ and who else? I'm forgetting some of the names of the other rappers that be rapping with YNJ, but there's a lot of good Detroit, sounds. Shout out to Georgiana. I think Georgiana's from Michigan, that new female artist. I don't think too many of y'all are vibing with her. It's pronounced Ipsy. I'm gonna use Ipsy, we.
It's pronounced like Ypsilanti. Oh, okay. Ypsilanti. That's pretty cool. We just threw some bacon in the pan. You like Georgiana's voice? You love it, actually. Oh, does my shirt glow? I don't think so. It'd be pretty cool if it did, though. I think that's just like the color pattern they chose. Georgiana's interesting. I kind of do like her voice. I kind of do like Georgiana's voice. Have a good night, Jen. I kind of do like Georgiana's voice. I'm just like, it takes getting used to. Because, like, some of, if anything, her flow kind of, like, throws me off sometimes. Because I'm like, I'm like, you could have did better than that. But for the most part, the thing she raps about is pretty real. Her flow is very choppy. It's almost surprising that she's being taken so seriously so soon with such a underdeveloped flow. Like, some of her lyrics are kind of cool, but it's kind of interesting the artists that are put in a position. Some of her excuse me, I took too big of a bite of spaghetti there. Too much spaghettis. Devin went in the bathroom to see if it glows. Devin, I think I'm the one that needs to go in the bathroom to see if it glows. Crazy lady. Nope. Not glow in the dark. Which is too bad. Now I'm kind of sad it's not glowing in the dark. I'm making more spagooters because this is a lot of bacon. I don't have too much spagooters at the moment. She said, damn it, that's not hard. He said, you forgot to stand in front of the light. Isn't that the point of glow in the dark? You don't need no light. No, Debbie, they thought my shirt was glow in the dark. I guess sometimes bacteria glows in the dark. I mean, grows in the bathroom. Sometimes bacteria could grow in the bathroom. Or maybe a plant that's on a windowsill. Some bathrooms have plants in them. In the bathroom. You gotta use light to charge it. Shirt's been in the light all this time. The shirt's been in the light all this time. Yeah, it's definitely the mint color. It's that mint color that's just giving it that pop. Hey, everybody, hashtag the voyage in the chat. Hashtag the voyage in the chat. I just looked at the time. It's midnight, baby. I think we're gonna move up for a brief
a very brief TikTok live stream. I'm not gonna do nothing for too long. I think I'm gonna just pop in and say, hey, just keep it consistent. You know, I've been focusing a lot on just relaxing, trying to be as unplugged as possible today. You know, that's why I haven't been overly active in the server today. I just went ahead and posted that, you know, Ennui drops on May 10th. You know, I sent a picture of the little screen of the computer I was uploading on. And yeah, it's a new day, Joe. It's a new day. I love y'all too. It's a family up here. Yeah, if you happen to be in the TikTok live stream or maybe disco a little later, might see you there. Cause I took a nap at from like 6. I took a nap from like 6 to 9:30. So I'm definitely not going right back to sleep. I'm gonna be up for a little bit. This is one of those nights where I could probably finish a whole movie. You know, and I hope you guys enjoyed No Country for Old Men. I love that movie. Love that movie. Yeah. But yeah, I'll talk to you later, guys. Or if you're going to bed, have a good night. But I will be doing a brief TikTok live stream, and you know, I'm down to hang out in disco for a little bit. SG, you took a nap too. Yeah, I usually don't like taking naps because I don't know. But I had to. I was sleepy. Devin, you're gonna be there? Joe said he's charged up too, so let's rock and roll then. We still got some rock and rolling to do. You know, we could definitely do a little bit of a TikTok live stream. We could hop into, you know what I'm saying, pick out a movie or a show. Okay, bet. Yeah, we a little older now. You know, schedules is stacked up. But yeah. Hey, I'll see y'all in a little bit. It's the voyage, baby. I'll see y'all soon, or have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.